but he is a monster. I'm gonna wait till he turns. Oh, please turn for us, big boy. You want to see how big your head is, because it's huge. And I think this is the one that's got the chip in his head from fighting too much. There's another rhino. He's also fairly muddy. He's been in one of the mud baths doing a bit of mud rolling. But now this weather, this rain we are receiving, not rain, this drizzle may, well, if there's enough of it, it could actually wash all that mud off. It won't wash all of it off, it'll wash a fair amount of it. You can see this man is heavily feeding. He's not picked up the pace of his lawnmower. Put it into gear 4.
Well, the lawnmower indeed, Eric. It's wonderful to spend time with these giants, and they are so impressive down in Namakala, spending time with the big boys. Obviously, we have rhino up here. Unfortunately, we don't get to see them with horns, but we all know the story behind that, everybody. We all know the depth of that. And just some comments. Jilly B, comment from me, that was a proper oh my word moment. I don't quite know what you're talking about, Jilly B. We had lions close to us yesterday, and indeed they are my favorite pride, as Mohammed would inform us that it should be my favorite pride. Why is that, Mohammed? Has it got something to do with an oh my word moment? It might have something to do. And I know that all of you are jesting and teasing me today, but that's okay. I love that pride of lion, and I'll walk into them again. I will. I probably have, actually. You just haven't been told about it. Well, I did, actually, a couple times. But the days go on. HMS, I love nature, Steve, but no, I would rather watch lions from my couch. I do understand that being up that close and personal with lions can be quite daunting, but it has to be experienced at the moment to truly feel what we feel and their size.
Our march to freedom is irreversible.
We raise our hands and we say, we will be free!
Great mass of South Africans denied their humanity.
Well, welcome back live, everybody, where we are here on the highlights show, the 24 hours from yesterday. And well, Cedric had an absolute cracker of a morning. He was out doing some wonderful things, but he's out and about again this afternoon getting ready, and he'd like to say good afternoon.
Well, thank you, Steve, and a very good afternoon to everybody. My name is Cedric, and behind the camera with me, on Rusty, we've got Muscles and Paul. So, it is a very hot afternoon. Plans for the afternoon on a hot day like this? Well, I really want to go to the Talamati Breakaway Pride. So it is that lioness with the two sub-adults. Steve had them this morning. And I want to try and go and follow up there. I'm hoping that they have not moved too far, because I don't want to go do a whole lot of tracking in this heat, because it is a very, very hot afternoon. And then from there, I think might go down to some of the dams, maybe Treehouse Dam, take a look on the southwestern corner of Ajuma. Maybe we get lucky that side. And yes, I've taken a lot of water with. Paul, you've taken water? Yeah. Yep. So what are we going to do? We are going to do the stiff leg. Yeah! Alright, on safari. We'll see you out there.
Well, welcome back, Setters. Did I hear that right? You're not going to do too much tracking this afternoon. Panda, did you hear correct? Well, I find that hard to believe. But then again, the lions should be where we left them this morning. It's been rather hot. Otherwise, Setters, I'm sure your tracking skills will help you find them. Okay, everybody, so you're back with us, and we've got another clip. I'm going to jump forward one because, well, Cedric this morning found some lions, and, well, he was rather excited to have spent time with them.
We've just located on the black dam males, and this is one of the males. Of course, remember that we had the two male lions last night. The other male has gone a little bit further east towards the Mulwati, and now we've got this male that's following his brother, and they're going straight to the drainage line now. I'm going to have to try and see if we can shoot a round. You got in there, beautiful. That's of course the bigger of the two males when it comes to main size. No, sorry, I do apologize. There's a vehicle that's just going past there on the one side there. There we go. But beautiful. Yeah, I think he's going to come straight towards us and Paul. They can see they are listening out. No, Sandra, you'll find eventually that the limp will disappear. You know, once they start moving, because it's the same as when you're getting out of bed. It's always a very, you know, your muscles are still very tight. Ooh, that was very close, eh? And then slowly they start walking off their limb. Like this younger male, like this one with the smaller mane, he looks a little bit on his front left, but it is getting better. Oh, and they're going straight across the drainage line now.
Well, it's so lovely to have caught up with the Black Dams, or should I say they caught up with Cedric. They're definitely following the Unkuhumas from yesterday. The stories were that they were chasing them all the way from the Arathusa side. And Cedric's right, that limp is looking really good. I mean, when we saw him, Panda, what was that? What day was that? It was last week. We were on Sandy Patch when we saw him. And I mean, he didn't walk very far. He'd been lying down for the whole day, and when he got up, he wasn't very good. But Dark Mane used to be the same. That foot was really sore. And then, sorry about that, map falling down behind me. And he would walk that stiff leg out, and eventually after a period of time he was keeping up, and it definitely looks like that younger male, as Cedric puts it, is putting a lot more weight and is moving a lot quicker. And his brother didn't seem to have much of a limp on the back of his hip at all. which is quite nice. Gary, you said it would be nice to see Chad on screen. Well, you will be seeing him probably on Wednesday. You nervous, Chad? Not at all. He's sitting there strong and confident. I know you'll be very kind to him when he does jump on the screen. Matty Maggie, he will track especially if the Telemati breakaways. He will find them. I'm pretty sure he will find them exactly where we left them. But just when you hear the words from Cedric saying he's not going to track this afternoon, we know he's going to do a little bit of tracking because he just loves it. He's born for it. Picky, you're excited to see Chad on screen for the first time when he comes. Yeah, he'll be here very soon. So we always just hear his voice. So obviously Chad's been on Live at the Waterhole. So he was at Ngala for a while. So, Pinder, apologies. I don't have all my facts straight. He was a Pinder. I think he was trying to show me that earlier, but I wasn't really paying attention. Okay, so you're still with us, everybody, and a couple more questions coming through. One from Wild Earth Love, or We Love. Start the day with OnSafari now before watching Rise set the sunset shows, and love seeing behind the scenes and the people behind the scenes. I think a lot of people love the characters behind the scenes. I had Max on the other day. It's nice to see Chad. You'll be seeing more of him while I'm on leave. Because of Wild Earth, the world gets to feel your experiences moving through us. Well, I'm so glad to hear that that's how you feel. It is part and parcel of what we try to bring to the world. And it sounds like there's a big storm in Amakala this afternoon. I wish they could send us some rain, Panda, because we need rain. The grass is dry. The grass is dry. The water holes are shrinking. And, well, it's going to be a great year for predators if we don't get any more rain. It's going to be a great year for tracking if we don't get any more rain. And the migrants are going to leave early. What do you think, Chad? You think we're going to get more rain? Cedric thinks it's done, eh?
No, there's rain coming.
I think there's rain coming. The heat we've been experiencing is just on another level, and we need it. I mean, last year most of our rain came in February, March, so it's not the end of the season. But without the rain, it is going to be a bumper winter when it comes to predator action, especially around the watering holes. Hello everybody, and welcome back live here to the highlights show of the last 24 hours. And we're talking about bumper predator action. It was a bumper predator action 24 hours. This morning, Cedric and I went out of camp. Cedric went out first, as he always does, and I went out second, and I saw impalas running in a very specific way. Can you guess what we found? You probably can't. Have a go. Good morning and happy Monday morning, everybody. Welcome to Djuma Private Gamers here in the Sabi Sands, where we, Cedric and myself, found wild dogs as we came out of camp. My name is Steve. I'm joined by Pan on camera, and look at what we got. How amazing is this? This is the Lupin pack again that we had the other day. Quite recognizable. Oh, hello guys. What are you smelling? What are you smelling? Now, as I was coming out the gate, I just saw impalas going crazy. Cedric was already on the other side, and we both went in, and we were both following these dogs for a little bit. They haven't gone too far, and so Cedric and I, the director Jared, said he'll start with whoever's got the best visual. And it just so happens that the dogs came closer to me, and Cedric has been once again incredibly kind and humble. There he is in the background. There they are, waving. They're going to go follow up on the lions from yesterday. Thanks, Edders. You know, the impala scattered. We just followed them through the middle here, and there were 3 impala just staring at them as if they didn't see them. It's quite bizarre. Quite bizarre. Here's the one with the collar. Hello. Well, we'll start today off like this any day of the week. Panda, is that a good way to start the week?
It's a good way to work.
I mean, we're coming out of camp, saw the impala just doing that rocking horse gait. I just immediately went off road, picked up the radio, saw the wild dogs. Radio was just beeping, 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 because Cedric was on the other side going, wild dogs, wild dogs. Now I'm going wild dogs. Eventually we could actually hear each other saying wild dogs. No, we couldn't, but we saw the dogs running, and the impalas scattered as they do. And which is quite something, because suddenly there were no impala, which is pretty normal. And as you followed the dogs around, Cedric and I both on either side, there were 3 impala, maybe 4. They were just standing there dead still, staring at them, and the dogs did nothing. I've never seen anything like it before. Never seen anything like it. Those impala were brave. Were brave. Nerves of steel. Shay me, you have so much to catch up since Saturday. Lots of lions on the property. Unkuhumas, sorry about the loss. Yes, Lipscar, the young male lion of the Unkuhumas, has been killed. It was found dead yesterday on Singita. A very, very sad loss. But it's what happens, everybody. We get new cubs, we get new arrivals, and we get deaths. And how it all transpires and how these animals die, nature is a crazy thing, and things come and go all the time. And it's just so powerful and amazing that we're able to witness it and to experience it. And I'm glad you're all on board for that. Darkman Lover, what animal does Panda want to film this afternoon? Panda?
I think it would be nice to have some elephants.
Elephants.
Swimming.
Elephants swimming. And Chad's going to be out with us as well. Chad, is there anything you'd like to see this afternoon? Your first time in Djuma? Leopard. A leopard in a marula tree. He's come all the way to the Sabi Sands from Johannesburg this morning, I believe. There's no leopards in Johannesburg. No wild leopards in Johannesburg. Maybe up in the Magaliesberg Mountains. But yeah, Chad's going to be learning all about the Djuma roads. The leopards in the trees, because there's hundreds of them. We'll see what we can find. I suppose Pan and I are going to go try find elephants swimming on an afternoon like this. I think that'll be golden. And then we'll try follow up on those black dam males, see where they got to a bit later. And then there'll be some leopard action at some point around somewhere. I have no doubt. And yeah, maybe we'll do a little bit of birding. What do you think, Panda? Does that sound like fun? Yes. Okay, cheetahs and other animals, wild dogs are such great animals. Spending time with them is great, but they lost us so quickly this morning, as they do, and then I tracked them and they went all the way south and like that on another property. It sucks, but it is what it is. We got to spend time with them, which was such a treat. Darkman Lover, you want to know from myself, was that male dog with the collar the beta male? You know, beta male, alpha male, there's discussions about this, you know, like, is there actually an alpha or beta? Is there? I mean, there's definitely an alpha beta female, but is there really an alpha beta male? I'm not sure. I mean, there's always the discussions, and the literature says there's an alpha male, and then Grant Beverly, who's done a lot of research on the wild dogs, he doesn't really believe. He says that there's sort of like a coalition of the boys that hang out there. Sure, you might find some dominance. Is there always a beta? I'm not sure. But the one with the pockmarks out the ear, he seems to be in charge all the time. So maybe we can say that this guy's number 2. But they're always together, always very close, almost inseparable. So they've got a very, very strong bond. Alpha, beta, I'm really not sure. But how wonderful it'd be if they mate and breed, and in this winter time, we've got wild dogs on Juma. That would be something quite special. So, Matty, Maggie, I love these. I love their respect in between Steve and Cedric and how they share the sightings. Well, we have to. We work so closely with each other. And at the end of the day, Matty, Maggie, we're bringing it to you at home, you know. So it's very important. Cedric and I have chats all the time. I don't want to have ego. I don't want there to be conflict. We could have the sightings show to you on the show. You all get to see it. Whether I'm there or Cedric's there really doesn't matter. Well, everybody, we've really thoroughly enjoyed having you on board this afternoon. Don't forget, tune in right after this for the live drive with Cedric. I'll be joining him in a few moments. We've enjoyed your comments and questions this afternoon. And don't forget, you've been here with us on Safari. We'll see you in a few minutes.